First psoriasis, then psoriatic arthritis.
Even walking was tough.
I had to do something. I started because
per video. It depends on, I don't know. I still don't have this YouTube shit figured out.
That's great. Bro, why you gotta say regular weight Papa Gut? Why you gotta come at me like that, dude?
Fuzzy ass on me, man. I look stoned as fuck right there, and I don't even think I had anything.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Video, and I think it's important to make because it is what is going to happen with this channel going forward.
Okay.
First and foremost, if you want to support me, there's two places you can do it. You could subscribe to RTU Streams, link below in the description. That's my secondary YouTube channel where there is no tape over my mouth. It is live streams. It is I'm kissing birds. It's, you may love it, you may hate it, but that's
what does that mean? Birds, like saying bad boy curse words?
But no, it actually means that, Papa Gut. I'm kissing cock. But it's family-friendly cock. He'd love to see me if he invites me on. I know that he's had progressives on and conservatives. Thing I will give him a ton of credit for. He's one of the few people that will have very opposing voices on his YouTube channel and on his show. And that's a rarity. There's a lot of conservatives that are like Tickle TV, to bring him up again, but since we're talking about this, that they will sit on their soapbox, but you invite them on to have a discussion, and they're like, oh, stop, get away from me, I'm on, ah! But Tom Tim Bill doesn't do that, and I give him a lot of credit. Is going to be primarily what I'm doing, and that's where I'll be. If you really want to support the show, I'll also have a link to becoming a member on RTU Streams, not this channel, on RTU Streams in the description, and you could... God, I kind of sound like... let me see how many members I have. I'm just curious, because I'm still doing that thing where when I get to 500 members, I will be doing a giveaway for anyone who is a subscriber. Holy shit, I'm at 66,000 subs on here, which is fucking amazing. Oh, look, gee, another one of my streams received a copyright claim. I'm so shocked. Said not a soul ever. Holy fuck, I'm at 414 members, man. We're kind of, sort of, almost there. Son of a bitch. I will be damned. So we are almost there. It is fucking awesome. And when I get to 500, I will be doing a giveaway of 2 Xbox Series S's. But you do not have to be a member to be participating in the giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on the live stream that I will post at the time when I hit 500. I'll post in the community tab on here which one to leave a comment on. I use 2 buddies randomizer to pick one of the subscribers, and they win, and you could win. I did it with the Nintendo Switch OLEDs, and I'll do it again, and I will be shirtless for do 30 streams. I will be shirtless when I hit that number. So, hey Richie, it's me, Ralph. You want to get some coffee? It's going to happen. See, like, people think I'm lying about that story. To this day, there's still people that doubt it. Like, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, man. Cosmic Productions, thank you for the ass cheek with leaves. Support me. No chicken suit. Fuck no. No chicken suit during... It's going to be July, motherfucker. Hell no. That would be a huge help. I usually don't ask for things like that, but it's not looking great. Channel. I'm going to, again, give a rundown as to what happened, and we'll go from there, and you could go from there, and you could decide what you want to do with Review Tech US. Oh, God, I kind of sound like Philip Burnell here, don't I? Yeah. I'm not a fan of this video anymore. Is the No Daddy No? No, it's not. It was like, I believe he looked Asian. There was some streamer. He seems like he's kind of entertaining, so I wish I knew what his stream was, but I don't think his name was featured in the clip highlight. which the guy is cool. The guy who puts the clip highlights together for Elden Ring, he does it now. But back then when he first started, I guess he didn't think of it. And he was on Torrent and like jumped some like place where there was like a millimeter of space to jump on with the horse in Elden Ring. And as he's jumping, he did make this jump. He went, "No, Daddy, no." Like you could literally hear in his voice his butthole going as squeezing as possible with tension. Like literally, just imagine his butthole as you hear this. "No, Daddy, no." Me fucking too. I've tried to get my friend who she's really like, she's like my sister. I still, I'm still friends with her to this day, even though this happened back in 2006. I've known her since 2001 too as well. She was a witness to all the shit. Ralph is fucking real. I wish you had the voice. So why gun control if criminals still get guns? So why any laws at that point? There's still people that rob banks. People that that's a really simple rebuttal right there. With that mindset, let's just have zero fucking laws then. Let's just have the purge and have civilization completely collapse. USA, and if you want to, was Anthony Kong fan. I'm going to copy and paste that because he actually was pretty fucking funny and I want to watch more of his shit. Let me open up a notepad. There we go.
Oscar, an award known worldwide. Spoken of the most iconic.
Continue to support me. Since 2013, I have been doing YouTube full time. Okay. If I'm still here in June 2020, been full time in YouTube decade. YouTube, it will have been my living for an entire decade.
Wow.
Black fan from Iowa, Q is a nutcase, and people in groups need to call out nut jobs in said groups to keep the culture manageable, keep fighting. That's the thing, because you know what happens when someone gets everyone, again, equal opportunities, equal accountability. When someone gets a pass and is not held as equally accountable, it's also what helps perpetuate racism. A lot of people don't see that though, and when you call and like, we should look at this, it's like, oh my god, how dare you? No, I'm not racist. I want to call what I think may be a reason that this happened, so we could say, hey, everybody should have the equal opportunity, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. I know I've said this before, this whole spiel, but if you fuck up, you're also held to the same accountability. Not because again, if this is the reason, I don't have any insider information. I don't think except speculation and doing this for a very long time, which made me think that what it might be. But it definitely could be I can't see how anyone would think I'm crazy for saying that. But then again, it is 2022. If I'm still on the platform. June 2023. Yes, of course.
Living the dream, brothers.
Cucumbers.
And I've always pushed boundaries. I've always talked about controversial topics. I've always put my very weird sense of humor in videos. I've always been a brash guy. And why is Jay Station crying right now? Because I tweeted at him that I'm live streaming. I literally just did that to be a dick. Like, I do weird shit to be an asshole. Like, I sent Keemstar the portable Evercade because he just literally sent me one. I'm going to do that. I know people think I'm a cuck for doing that, but I was just more so doing it to be an asshole, but I hope he enjoys it. I think he made some video that he bought a whole bunch of games and like Amazon accidentally sent him like 12 copies of one of the Evercade games, so he did a giveaway on those. And no, don't worry. If Keemstar, hey Rich, could you finance a Ferrari for me? No, Keemstar, I can't. Rich, buy me a no, I'm not buying you. I just was being an asshole. Enjoy your Evercade. And fuck off. I'll bird though with a hole. If you want a Keemstar, if you want a bird, hit me up. That I will send you with beautiful breasts. Dude, I'm still here. Like, you're gonna see more real. You're gonna see a more version of me here, like you saw last night. Joe Bidet is giving me the wiener. And that is what I built my brand on. In 2017 with the apocalypse, where does he? Is there like? Do they have like a? All right, to me? Not that my videos got demonetized. Luckily, they did. It wasn't as bad as everyone else. Nowhere near. Especially like political channels, but they did. Because my channel was and always is a complete mess. I was able to adapt and avoid topics that would get me demonetized. Okay. But when that happened, the apocalypse in 2017, YouTube, yeah, I had to start tiptoeing around everything of how I said things, and it's stupid because you know what hurt viewership sometimes when you just couldn't put in the fucking title what the video was really about. You had to beat around the goddamn bush with shit. So people see it. Mr. Rich keeping it real is always that. So it just, god damn, you got kneecapped, man. You got kneecapped. Put a huge piece of metaphorical tape on my mouth and topics I was genuinely passionate about.
I wonder. Listen, I wasn't around for the apocalypse, so take that as you will. What I do know is from like
he has a deep, manly voice.
I experience, and I know from like the political commentary sphere, where people will say things that like can be very controversial, and they use very like loaded terms and words. And so like if you look at somebody like Destiny, like yeah, and I do the same thing. Like there's words that are used talking about like, you know, topics such as like, you know, sexual assault culture and stuff like that. And my videos tend to not have an issue with getting monetized. And so I know back in the day during the apocalypse, like everything was getting bombed. Like I totally get it. I think YouTube has changed quite a bit to a point where you can be a little looser in your language.
Yeah and no. It got better, but there's still topics I couldn't touch with a 10-foot pole on my main channel all the time. All the time. Like, God, I'd love to talk about that, but it would just get shot down. It would get the yellow dollar sign, and because it has a yellow dollar sign, unless it gets like you get lucky and it gets shared on Reddit, it's going to get membership because the algorithm is not going to push it. It's not in YouTube's interest to put a limited ads video. It's not going to make them money. It has gotten better, but this whole situation with the tickled man makes me feel like it just went 10 steps back.
Now, maybe that's not possible because the audience that consumes review tech is more sensitive and they would report more, whereas like political streamers aren't. But I feel like that's not.
Really? Why do you think a lot of political streamers have Patreons?
Not true, because I feel like political streaming audience.
What did Kyle Kalinske say? It was like 90% of it. He had to open up a Patreon at that point, which ended up being successful. I don't know how it's doing now, but back then it was successful. He lost 90%, or it was a Dave Pacman, whatever. It doesn't matter. A political YouTuber lost 90% of their revenue. Just like that's like being fired. That's like being fired. You might as well. That's like almost just as bad as what happened to Ackman. Yeah, I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything.
This are annoying children who cry about literally everything. Well, maybe it's just me. I also know that like YouTube had to react that way. It's like I think give YouTube a lot of shit for it, but I feel like YouTube kind of had to react that way, or they would have lost all advertisers, and then there would be no monetization left on the platform, and then none of us would have a job today. And it's an unfortunate reality, but it seems like from that point, they've moved forward.
Yeah, it's a though. YouTube had to react that way, but what they didn't have to do, and I remember it was like a few months in 2013 after I got monetized, so it kind of made me salty, not gonna lie, because it took me forever to get partnered. I got denied a shit ton of time. Go to Ask Black Bond. Shout out to Black Bond on YouTube. Look up his name. The O in Bond is a 0, and you'll find him. But I almost gave up because gaming was so like taboo then on there. Like, oh my God, gameplay, no way. You know, but then like months after a couple years, I got accepted into the partner program in 2013. I started full-timing YouTube in 2013. In a few months, started full-timing it. I remember they sent out some email. I bet you if I dig for the email, my main email account, I could still find it, where it's like, YouTube, good news. Like, good news. What's the good news? Anyone with a pulse could monetize their channels. Well, first off, fuck. And secondly, that's a bad idea. Like, no one at YouTube saw coming that questionable people may try to get revenue for their fucking videos. It just me. And what happened? And then they had to, you know, they had to be reactive when it finally eventually happened. And Adpocalypse. Not saying the Apocalypse wouldn't have happened if they still had, like, you know, where you kind of had to prove yourself first. Like, now you have to have 1,000 subs, I believe, and a certain amount of view time hours. But if they had kept that in place and were maybe as stringent as they used to be, maybe there wouldn't have been an Apocalypse, because they would have vetted more people and not let anyone monetize their videos, so advertisers would find out when ISIS has Coca-Cola ads on it. But what do I know?
By like slowly allowing a little bit more, being a bit more charitable in the things that you could say, what you could do, as long as you're being respectful.
Because they improve the algorithm, yeah.
You know, like testing the waters.
I'm not really going to get an apology from YouTube. But, dude, that's what happens when there's a topic, though. When there's a news topic. When people talk about Keemstar and something happens, or H3, it's dogpiling. Like, it's not people. If people are talking about someone who's making news and it's a current event, I hate that. I never want to use dogpiling again. I hear it. I may actually filter it in my chat. Yeah, it pisses me off. Because if you're someone who's making news headlines right now, that's not dogpiling. If people were, God forbid, doxing Quantum TV, spreading that's when you're that's attacking the person. But talking about things they did because it's a current event and a news topic, that's not dogpiling. When a bunch of late night hosts talk about a celebrity every single night for a year straight, are they dogpiling them? You know what I mean? But I don't know.
A little bit here and there, and then, you know, still being, you know, a little sensitive to something. So I don't know if you could no longer talk about some topics.
You can't. I can't even talk about EDP. I can mention nothing about what he tried to do. I could just say that he's back on the platform if they demonetize my video. You know, it's definitely still a thing.
What I do know, though, is that, like, it's an interesting conversation to have. So I don't know all of his content.
Yeah, someone's saying that. I guess I didn't think of it like that, which that's cool, man. I gotta understand too that people who were like 20-something or in their 20s, they're growing up in a different era where they're being conditioned to think that, and that's why I kind of want to stand my ground. And that's what comedy is too, man. People do crazy shit. You talk about it. You know, and I'm not looking for a gold star for this, but someone let me know in my Discord that's putting up Quantum TV's real name, and I blocked the person and deleted the comments. I'm not looking to bring it there. I don't want anyone harmed. I don't want anyone bothered. But you know, people are going to, yeah, everyone does. People do that about everything. Talk about you could criticize a brand they love, not even with gaming, anything, and they'll come fucking like try to dox you. It's just, people are pieces of shit. But I want to just keep it about crazy shit on the, and I sure mean it. It's not me just saying it to cover my own ass. But I don't even think that's enough anymore. It's like, well, you know, people may be insulted by the fact you're criticizing their stupid shit. Well, then they shouldn't be on the internet then. He almost sounds like Howard Stern, except like the hair went from here to here. Kind of like me, except my beard is not as luxurious.
If this is most of his content where he sits down and he does a bit of research on a topic and then he talks about it, which seems like he might do. I don't know if he's like a video essayist necessarily. there's still probably some topics you could talk about that like maybe the top, like I have videos that I make that still get demonetized, but I still make them. Like, again, especially if it's like a very deep video.
Well, a bunch of my streams get demonetized. I still make is one that's not where the revenue comes from. It's a different animal.
About a very controversial topic, it will get demonetized. Like we talked about that pastor the other day who, like, I don't want to say it here because I don't want to get demonetized here, but the pastor who took advantage of like a young 16-year-old girl.
That's how I worded it with EDP. So that's why I understand why my video got demonetized. I don't know, man. They were looking for an excuse, is what I feel like. Just being honest.
It was like 38.
I mean, but on the flip side, to defend YouTube, since I'm trying to be objective and not be biased, a couple years ago when I talked about EDP and mentioned nothing sexual in it, they demonetized that video too. So, you know, in their defense, maybe that is what it is.
Or something. That got demonetized, but I still posted it because I feel like it's necessary something. So if you're avoiding a topic, instead of avoiding it, why not just post 2? You know, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's actually what I'll be doing with highlights of the stream I had last. I know 90% of the shit that are highlights on my main YouTube channel from that. Or maybe I'll put the highlights here. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's no cross. They're going to get demonetized without question.
I did not necessarily have it get monetized. Maybe make a Patreon. Maybe I'm just talking too much, but
no, I will not. I will not do a Patreon again. I will not do a Patreon. My Patreon is if people want to become members here. If people become members here, that do crowdfunding.
I feel like there's ways around it, but I can also understand I didn't grow through that period, so I don't have the whatever PTSD or whatever you'd call it of like potentially getting my whole channel, you know, demonetized. I'm also not nearly as guy. I'm actually bigger than him.
No. When it gets to a certain point, it is actual people. I had actual people write emails with totally different, with names that contacted me. I won't even give a for here, but I assure you, it was not. Dude, just to let you know that executives at YouTube know about this. Optimus, who's another, he has more subs than me. He has like 1 million+ sub channel. Was having a meeting with YouTube. He hashtag justice for Actman. He just made a video about this. We'll watch it. And YouTube canceled the actual like phone. I think it was like a phone meeting or whatever they were supposed to, and never rescheduled it. Right? Like, you'll see. I'll show you the video after this. Rich making OnlyFans. I want to see X-rated content. Could you imagine if I actually did? I'm not doing it. But could you imagine I actually did that? I would love to make an OnlyFans reacting to OnlyFans. I don't know if they actually would allow that. That would be fucking. That'd actually be pretty fucking amazing, but I don't think I could do it.
Him, literally, but so maybe there's an additional stressor I put on larger content creators. I don't really know.
You know, a lot of people like my editor. I understand his point. He's like, Rich, you don't deal with demonetization that often. You don't deal with issues.
No. I also have a partner Twitch channel. Dude, the problem, you do have a point partially too. I'll give you that. The problem is then for some reason people go to that mindset, even though you could technically consider super chats crowdfunding, but people feel like they're getting the product right away with the super chat. Is that people? Oh my God, he's betting money. He's doing this. He's doing that. He still gets decent viewership. He still gets decent, you know, live stream viewership too as well. Why is he doing that? I don't want to be bothered with it. It always causes fucking drama when you do crowdfunding like that. At least me. Even with people like I see people who make amazing content and obviously utilize the Patreon money, and people still bid. There's something with crowdfunding, probably because there's a lot of assholes who ruin it for people who actually want to use it for the right things. But, you know, so I'd rather do the streams. You know, people are happy with the streams. People are happy when they super chat and I sit here and kiss a bird or have a loud fart come through. Yes, and it's definitely going to happen again. Philip.
Choose that often. I'm like, yeah, I know I don't. I don't because I handpick the things that to talk about that I know are safe, and I have been doing it for a very long time. But that doesn't even seem to be enough anymore, and YouTube has made it abundantly clear with the Quantum TV situation. I didn't bully YouTube Quantum TV. I did not bully him, and you damn well know it. That was me just making.
So my point being, talking about Optimus, I've stoner brain right now, is that YouTube definitely knows. There are human beings high up at YouTube that know about what's going on without question. It's not up for debate anymore. It's not like this just got lost in some algorithm void that YouTube doesn't know about it. You know?
making jokes. It was criticism. It was not harassment.
I think that Strange is Wings of Redemption that you're looking at right now.
Look here! Look, listen!
Oh, no, you talk that this is Papa Gut, I think his name is.
And what video are you referring to? I wonder. Is it still up?
No, it got taken
I
down.
wonder.
You took that video down for bullying and for sexual whatever and nudity. Sexuality and nudity. Because I talked about things that I talk about in streams on every stream.
What is it that he's referring to? Is it the video that Axeman
my
put up
shit.
with the cucumber?
My Chicago video? What are you talking about? What's my Chicago video?
Oh, wait. Okay. Is he...
Hello.
It sounds like they pulled the video down so it doesn't exist anymore.
If it's Hillshire Farm, oh, hell yeah.
You're a...
Okay. So
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
it seems like he may have used some of the similar images that were the potential justifiers for
That's exactly probably what it was.
flagging Quantum TV's video. And at that that's
Dude, I'll look it up right now. Review Tech USA Chicago. What is he talking about? I'm just curious. Yeah, like review. I was never in Chicago. What the fuck are you talking about? Review Tech USA Chicago. This is what you're talking about here? This video?
Skip it up.
Let's take a look.
Now here's a video
This is 5. Man, I was a lot fatter.
that I've been very hesitant to make, and honestly purposely procrastinated it because when I first heard about what happened with the kidnapping in Chicago,
Well, at least we got a large fat man in front of some. What am I playing here?
I was really pissed off, and I was gonna lose my shit. It would have been a mess of a video, and I'm glad I
God.
waited because it allowed me to have a clearer head and really think about the whole situation.
shut
Kidnapped
up.
a
Yeah.
Oh, I even heard because they knew each other, Jordan Hill and the victim, they actually were play first, and the play fighting turned into a real fight, and the victim got the shit beaten out of him, and then they ended up in this apartment where they were live streaming the whole incident that happened where they were cutting the victim up. He was kidnapped. They end up cutting his shirt. I'm debating show footage in this video or not. If you see the footage, you see it. If you don't, you don't. It's pretty brutal. Even the video, even the footage that they just cared about, getting attention, which is he's part of the reason that racism will continue because angry, hateful, fucking people, and down to his skull, like there's you see a bright white spot, like it's a little. Oh god, it was so fucking brutal to watch. Now it's funny, man, when you watch the Facebook live stream, Brittany Covington, who is teen, her face was plastered on.
Yeah, I looked older because I was much
On her
fatter.
phone when she was streaming. She thought she was a celebrity. Minus the times where she pointed the phone at the camera at the victim when they were cutting him and they were in to kill him and all this other shit. And, he voted for Donald Trump and whatever the case may be. They were saying all stupid shit. You would have thought that she was on the fucking red carpet, man. These dudes were not, these people, I should say, because they weren't just dudes, were not bright. Angry, hateful, stupid fucking people. And I despise seeing racism like this in any direction. If it was for white people doing this to a black person, I would have been just as pissed off. It's
Sounds like me.
I despise racism. And what I despise even more is what I'm about to read you from someone who is dubbed Black Hitler. Now, this dude's actual name, besides being called Black Hitler, is Ghazi Kodzo.
Well, let's just take a look at it, man. Review Wings is that well, it used to be. I don't know what happened. Or do we have another someone deflecting here.
And this guy is as anti-white as you can get. He thinks that every person that's white is instantly racist. He loves vengeance. He loves crimes like this because he feels that we deserve it. He's so. If you're a black person,
Well, yeah, man, you got more fat around your vocal cords, so of course, yeah. You later, yeah, I definitely sound different. I've noticed that. I kind of sound like this. You know, I sound like I have hot dogs in my throat, or maybe I have cocks. It's at the end of the video. Okay.
you gotta let it go sometime. Just like I let it go when I got harassed multiple times because I used to lived in a questionable area. Just like I let it go and knew that not all black people are like those idiots that harassed me. You gotta let it go too, because if you keep on just being came up, threatened to beat the shit of us, stole all our shit, cracked our rackets. It just spews hatred. And I've been at that point.
Thank you, the
and
gaming
something happened
godfather.
to me a long time ago. I was just starting high school, okay? And my
Shadeversity,
friend
thank
Tom
you,
and I were
Lorenz.
going to play tennis. And I lived in an area that was kind of where I lived in this city was a good area. But then you could go like a couple miles and it
Yeah, Beacon, New York was much different back then.
was so-so. So we went to this park to go play tennis. Yes, I played tennis. My man tits were much smaller back then. And we were two white dudes playing tennis, and there was a group of black guys that came up. They were about our age, maybe a little bit older. And they came up, threatened to beat the shit of us, stole all our shit, cracked our
I remember that too.
rackets, and our tennis rackets, took our hats, took everything, and just walked away and spit on all our shit.
This is an awful video format. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
And the police got him, and the reason they did it was because we were white, and they didn't like us because we were white.
Yep.
And that made
That's
me
a true
angry for a
story.
little bit. You know, I was young, you don't understand the scope of things, and it didn't make me racist, but it made me second guess black people for a couple years. It'd be like, you kind of look and like, man, is that guy like that? And something else happened to me. I remember I was younger than that, and we were going trick-or-treating, and a couple black dudes, you know, in the same area. It's just not a good
Thank you,
area.
gorgeous
It's not a
Horace.
race thing. It's just not a good area. We were going trick-or-treating, and the guys took, they said they had a gun. We had to run like motherfuckers. The guy said he had a gun. And he took our candy and everything. I remember that. So we dropped our candy, he took the candy, and we ran like hell because we thought he had a gun.
I think this is because white as well.
Yep, and it was again because of the fact that we were white kids, and the black guy didn't like white kids. So, did I take those things though? You know, for a while it made me, you know, I was young, I was a kid, mistrusting of black people for a little bit, yeah. But then I realized, you know, it wasn't that long. It didn't take me that long to realize that those were a couple people.
What was this? Is this your gotcha on me? Really? If that's a gotcha, this is kind of a stretch, man.
I know a billion black. I have, you know, I know a billion black people that I work with and I'm friends with, that, you know, I with on YouTube, just or whatever the case may be, that are great people, that are, you know. And my point being is that because I went through those incidents, you can't judge an entire race on incidents.
Yeah,
like
my
that.
voice.
You can't judge all white people because some white people are in the Ku Klux Klan. You can't judge a white person because maybe his great grandfather owned slaves. He may totally disavow that. You can judge the person, maybe that person now whose ancestor owned slaves hates that his grandfather was like that, or hates that his ancestor was like that, and totally disavows it. Are you going to hate him because his ancestor was a slave owner? You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go sometime. Just like I let it go when I got harassed multiple times back when I lived in a questionable area. Just like I let it go and knew that not all black people are like those idiots that harassed me. You gotta let it go too, because if you keep on just being angry because of what happened in the past, is just going to keep perpetuating. His hatred is just going to keep perpetuating. And shit like what these assholes did, these 4 kids did to this one mentally disabled kid too. What pieces of shit you are. Like you just, it was like taking from a fucking baby. You know you have a mentally handicapped person and you tie him up and cut him up, you fucking cowards.
This is Titanfall 2. It is good.
At least, go after someone who's on your fucking level. Oh my God, man. But you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, because if you don't let it go, the racism just keeps continuing and shit like this will just keep happening. You can't be what your ancestors did, father or mother did. You may have had racist parents and you're not racist. You gotta let it go, because if you don't, this will never fucking end. And you can't use...
Yeah, this is actually like am I? Oh no. There's not a single thing here that I still don't agree with. There's takes from even around this time that I was like, that ain't me. I've changed. No. I'm 100% still like this, except not as fat. Let it go, your shoulders. Your shoulders. Dude, I have been there, Ro. I can relate where you do. I remember when I was in that period where I wasn't doing YouTube, I wasn't making a living on YouTube, and I was looking for a job between being late 2009. You know how many times I went for multiple interviews, and it seemed like I was like an inch away from getting the job, and like they were like, yeah, we really liked you, but no.
That just because someone's ancestor wasn't a Klan, or someone's ancestor may have hated white people, to hate a black person or to hate a white person. That's in the past, and that person now, they may disavow their ancestors. You have to let it go. You have to let that hatred go, because if the hatred continues and you keep on blaming what people who are dead now, if you keep on being angry at what people who no longer are alive now did, and hate people that are alive now for what their ancestors did, this will just continue. You can't resurrect dead people and try to make them change their ways and stop being racist. They're gone. They're dead. Obviously, don't forget the past. Learn from the past and go.
I don't know, man. Maybe Reviewings is Tickled TV. I probably watch this and try to twist this into a 30-minute video exposing me to which in his mind, it warped mind would act. I got to stop.
I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
But will you?
Go into the future and learn from the mistakes of our ancestors on both sides. Whether you're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Go forward.
Hey, it is baggage, 100%. I got to play Witcher 3. Maybe because I'm like, you know what, now because I'm looking for a game to fill the Elden Ring void. And there's the other Souls games, but they're more linear, and I kind of like the open worldness, so I'm like, maybe. The only thing is The Witcher has a lot of dialogue, and I am not a fan of a lot of dialogue. I'm not put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. He wants to feed it to you directly from the source.
I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
You know he probably hears that clip in his sleep. Oh my God, someone doesn't think I'm perfect all the time. Said something stupid, and now they have it on their soundboard. Oh yeah. My kid's mother got COVID, and she is vaxxed and boosted. She got the double vax boosted, and she was on her only for a couple days, but she says the worst she felt in a very long time. Even if Quantum TV, ignore crazy people. All right, chat? Yes. I'll dial your log. I don't know what that means, but music goes along with it great. Dial my log. You are a bird. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know what that was about. Piss real quick, and I'll be right back. Uppercut. And we'll finish watching this and... No, that isn't technically off the table. I'll be right back. Oh, I forgot the bird. Apologies. Well, I hear now that Cyberpunk 2077 is a pretty good game. I bought it. I kind of want to give it a shot. No, the Atari VCS review will eventually be a thing. Yeah, I just piss. Doors open. I don't flush until after the stream, and then it's a touch-free urination, as I say. So
it's true. You're kind of playing with fire there, and I'm just saying,
yeah, that's a good idea. Growing up 15 might be something I do. I'm gonna fuck around a little bit, see where things go.
Why would you do that? It's one of those you get in the way of your own activism because you're giving them an excuse to go after you. That's the thing. It's like when you talk about the topic, clearly, whether it's right or not, YouTube is monitoring this more than they probably should be. So you kind of have to live within the system that you're dealt with. So I feel like there's a better way to go about this situation than doing this. I feel like there's a better way. If YouTube's going to be super sensitive about any video about Quantum TV, then in those instances, I would say, don't do the jokes. Don't put the pickle pictures, the cucumber pictures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Beast, why give them?
But the Ackman didn't know that was going to be a thing. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing when I had my video up too. It's a cucumber near someone's mouth. It's a vegetable that you put in your mouth. No, I'm not going to do that. I can't go. I have a family event I'm going to. It's tough to go to that stuff, especially when you have kids, man. Rich, I know how Starfield, it looks rough right now, but what do you think of other Bethesda games? Also hope you're doing better. I know the last few weeks have been pretty nutty. Yeah, that's a kind way to put it. Look, the game right now I think looks rough. I will say on the flip side that it does visually look next gen. The performance looks like something you would see like an Xbox 360 era, where if we got games to run at 30 FPS, we were lucky. And I would say the combat looks a little, I guess is the best way to word it. Looks very generic. I just had one intro guy style fart and it feels, that probably means you have moisture between the cheeks, dude. What's the music from when you go take a piss? That is the South of the Border song from Rival Turf, game by Jalico, a very dead company now. Oh, dude, I've said that before. And you guys know, I am pro LGBTQ, but would it shock me if he ever came out of the closet one day? Not in the slightest.
Them an excuse to go after you. If they're being petty about TV for whatever reason, then maybe, take a deep breath. Try not to let your ego get in your way, because that's what's happening. I know that sounds so shitty, but it's like, I know I'm right. Like, here's the thing, bro. We've all been there. I know I'm right. That's the feeling. I know I'm right, and I know YouTube's wrong. Fuck you. Unfortunately, YouTube has the power and you don't. So, unfortunately, you kind of have to play. You kind of have to play the game a little bit, man.
So just, yeah, but playing the game, which I'm here high, so you don't talk about a major problem and how YouTube selectively. So now what happens in the future? Do we not report anybody because YouTube may not be in the mood that day, or there may be a secret advisor with them there, and then we have to deal with the punishment? Ooh, this is a rough take. We kind of went in a different. I kind of agreed with him before, but now, yeah, just don't talk about things. Don't talk about problems. You may get punished. Have you tried Star Wars? Yes. On hardest difficulty is like a Soulsborne game. Is it? See, I played it. I even enjoyed the combat of it. I'm just not a big Star Wars guy.
Sometimes you have to take the fucking L, and you have to do your advocacy in a way that people will listen. Okay, that's what all marginalized groups have been having to do for the past hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a.
No, I do it here. I talk here, and people listen.
Just say it. Just say it. So.
The video was already manually reviewed and demonetized. Fine, you want to take ads off the video? Great. But you take it down and give me a warning on my channel? You give a preemptive strike I don't have that security anymore, where I don't have that buffer.
Grow a massive long. I couldn't grow a beard like his anyway. I haven't tried, but I'm pretty sure it would just look like a mess.
So now next time I just get a strike on my account. And yeah, I understand many people are in DMs and
yeah, I get that YouTube has the upper hand with this. I'm fully aware of it. Did I even when I uploaded the video, did I think that YouTube is going to apologize to me? Someone may call me and laugh at me for even thinking to even make it like that. But no, of course, I'm no fool. I'm absolutely very well aware that YouTube they're probably executives that are like, this guy's kidding, right? Can we just like get rid of him now?
said it too. Rich, it's not big of a deal. Rich, you don't lose any functionality on your YouTube channel. But here is what happened, and here is the reason why I'm infuriated. Quantum TV, look, you want to keep them on the platform? Whatever. It's a weird choice. It's a very weird one, YouTube, but fine. But never in a million years for criticizing somebody, for making comedy about someone's insane takes, which is not bullying, it is criticism, did I think that not only would nothing happen with the irrefutable evidence that we have against Quantum TV, that instead of nothing happening, that people who talked about it get punished, that I would get a warning on my account, that you want to put it there to make an example of, shh, you go by our rules, even though the rules should
Why
be
do you think they tried to pack the goddamn court with conservatives? Cha-ching. Dude, that's all that matters. It's all about money. Let the world burn so long as people get more zeros in their bank account. Yeah, Night Medic. I mean, he seems like a rational dude. Doesn't mean I'm going to, I'll sub to him. I don't give a shit. It's not to... But,
Same for everybody. You feel like applying today. So shut your mouth is what YouTube was essentially saying to me.
Well, again, from the way he's saying it, it seems like you are intent.
Damn. Well, glad you're doing okay, dude. Holy shit. No broken gum, no concussions or broken bones. You got hit by a car. I'm glad you're okay.
Intentionally be pushing the line a little bit with like the. Listen, I get it. A cucumber picture shouldn't be flagged for sexual harassment, but we saw it happen. Why replicate that?
But at that point, it was a clip. I don't think his video was taken down yet when I uploaded that. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But it wasn't. I don't know.
It's almost like you're giving an excuse to do something.
No, I wasn't giving them an excuse. That was absolutely not the intention of that video. It was to actually put a highlight up to try to get more people to come to my streams, which I don't think that's the reason, but it did kind of work. At least it wasn't. It was part of the reason.
They should do it, but they're demonstrated they're going to do it. So if your advocacy means something to you, you should take a deep breath. You know what I mean? And try to do the advocacy in a way that'll be long-lasting and impactful rather than martyring yourself in a way. Because I think that's how it's coming off to a lot of people.
I'm not martyring myself in the slightest. I'm still just on my secondary channel on YouTube. I'm not. I have a part on Twitch. I have some other places that I'm talking. I'm not martyring myself. I didn't shut down my channel. There's going to be content there.
Is that people seem to be intentionally martyring yourself. And you know a lot of people are going to be angry about what I'm saying, and that's totally fine. But what you being upset with what I'm saying isn't changing the reality of the world. Like, I'm just letting you know. You'd be like, oh my God, you're a fucking...
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, yeah, this is the reality. Do I really expect an apology from YouTube? No, it'll be there is a snowball's chance in hell that I would get that apology. But should they? Yes. Will it happen? No.
But like, I'm not really wrong. You know, I'm just lucky that I'm not so up in arms, so I'm not emotionally provoked by this situation. I don't have a connection to it.
Dude, I'm a flash in the pan. There's no way I could force YouTube to do anything. I'm a flash in the pan. 1 million subs now is like 10,000 subs in 2007 on YouTube, or to even 2008 or 9. It's nothing. And it's not like I get 2.7 million views a video. I get from 30 to 1,000. They could replace me like that
and they will, if you know what I mean. So I ain't shit. I am in no position to demand an apology. Mari, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So I'm not like, it's easy to saying when like I'm not like fucking.
Yeah, imagine Quantum TV called, like, he was angry that YouTube didn't side with him on a copyright claim and called an executive's mother at YouTube. I wonder how much their tone would change if that happened. Let's see how long Captain Thoroughly Tickled would last.
Personally attached to the situation. Clearly Review Tech is, but like, bro, I mean, this is the advice from my perspective, from me being in situations when I had my TikTok.
But I'm not cutting off anything, man. If I like shut down all of my YouTube channels and, you know, said I'm done, then yeah, I would say I'm spiting myself. You could ask my editor. I've been going back and forth even before for years about like doing something different, focusing more on live streams and doing highlights. This is more so like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's not that I'm like, you know, pouting like a 5-year-old and I mean, I'm still technically playing the game. I'm still here. So maybe I did stand in line and know my place. I don't know. Eclipsal Starfall, thank you for becoming a member. Banned YouTubers should return to the platform and say that if Quantum TV can ban evade, well, that's kind of what Acmade was saying. Like, let them all back on then.
Talking my, you know, my very large, whatever. Who cares? These are the things that always helped me getting reasonable criticism, right? So like, that prevented me from going down like my fucking like my fucking crazy conservative arc, because I had a buddy of mine. I would make jokes all the time, and he's like, you know, I like your jokes, and every time you make them, I could tell they're a joke, and this time I can't tell he's a joke. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, hey, sometimes you just need to hear the practicality of the world, and it has a better impact on you. But
And if you don't stand in line with the rules we feel like applying today, we're going to make an example of you. I don't play games like that. I have worked my ass off on this channel, YouTube, 10 years. It's your platform. You could do whatever you like. But I have followed the rules. I have never abused anybody on this platform. I have never bullied anybody on this platform. And as far as I can remember, that's an excellent way to put it. That's much smarter than Zeb Carlson. You're also the one that told me to introduce the birds indirectly, so I should start listening to you more. Yeah. This kind of made me rethink my strategy, essentially. You know, it's not that I'm just going to leave the other channel twisting in the wind, but it's not the same the YouTube that I started full-time on in 2013 has been long gone, but it's like beyond long gone now. It's time for me to evolve into something different to keep up with the times. And the way I can really be true to myself and speak my mind and make a living doing it is on live streams. Oh, Femboy Tyler, so do I. Ooh, I do. Not only because there's nostalgia, because that was a really exciting moment in my life where I'm like, wow, I'm literally making a decent living off of doing something I would do for free and absolutely love doing, especially because I was coming from that night shift job where I was having literally panic attacks at the job every night and waking up in a panic attack. Like, I'd wake up like shaking with my heart going 300 beats per minute, full panic attack. So it was such a relief going to YouTube. But yeah, it was a much different time. It was exciting. You know, you didn't know what was going to happen next. Maybe that was kind of the thing that kept me on the platform so long too, is there was job security to me, not knowing that there was job security, if that makes sense. So yeah, and that job was brutal, man. Waking up, panic attacks, having panic attacks. I just don't handle working a night shift well. And then to go from what may have been close to my worst job experience to what is still now to this day my best job experience, it was like
insane time way.
I've always gave that disclaimer and meant it. Do leave the person alone that I am discussing in this video, whether it's from a positive light or a negative light. I've always made sure.
Kind of wish I didn't made this video because they just sound like I'm whining and bitching. Not, I still hold to everything I said in it, but it's just wah. It's here, it's there. I'm not taking it down, but I just don't like how I'm coming off in it.
Sure to keep it on YouTube. Keep it about the topic. Go after people.
Okay.
And you're going to turn around and say I was cyberbullying and harassing. And I'm going to say something else now too, because I've been doing this for a very long time. And as a person who has always been pro Black Lives Matter, as a person that has always
now
showed
I already know you're racist. I'm just kidding.
my support for everyone of every race, color, creed, sexual
What does that mean?
orientation, and gender, and
All
I've
right.
always been that way.
Where's the base
Something
take?
Sun pie for an OnlyFans collab? Why? For what?
here just smells off. Who has been proven to be a doxer and a banivator and saying horrible things countless times over and over again. Fine, you want to make that choice and leave him on the platform. That's okay. But I'm telling you now, and I'm going to be abundantly clear with this, I think because you didn't want to take him off the platform because you didn't like the optics of it. And you made sure to punish other people to make sure, hey, it's not, we can make the rules whatever we want to make them, but because of the color of Quantum TV's skin, we'll get backlash, so we don't want to apply the rules to him. And if you talk about him, we'll punish you.
I don't know. I got to take a minute to like really absorb what he's saying. I have to take a little bit to absorb what he's saying because, like, listen, I'm in when I talk about the content I talk about talks about like marginalized groups and like shit like that. You know, you guys know. And I've heard it a lot where will say, "Oh my God, this black person has like a particular privilege, just black." And
But I've never whipped out that card before, ever. So for me to even have that cross my mind, I hate when people, oh, they're just getting this because they're just like, oh, shut the fuck up. Just admit that you're racist. You know what I'm saying? You know? But this, you have a guy who is proven to have said, like Q add-in, like just anyone else alone with the whole misinformation about the election would have gotten them shit canned. It was like, yeah, I didn't want to talk. You know, it's the thing that everyone was thinking could be, at least could be on the table. I don't. Anyway, let's see what else he's going to say, because I like this guy. I mean, I'm not agreeing with some of the, but at least he comes off as nuanced, and he's just shooting from the hip and being honest with how he feels. So I'm going to respect him for that. You know what I mean?
sometimes that could be a little bit of like a dog whistle. A lot of times when I hear it, it's usually a white person complaining black people being treated equally, and they and they're having like the response of like, oh my God, I'm oppressed because they're actually not being treated as less than me. I don't think that's what's happening here. I just need a minute to like kind of wallow. Because when I talked about my situation, sorry, I'm adjusting my Gojanglers. When I will also give him respect too. He was also going to get the bell turned on because he admitted he's adjusting his balls. Discuss the Quantum TV situation. A lot of this is very speculative.
Of course it is.
But I wouldn't doubt it that Quantum TV is getting bombarded racial slurs from people, because that's kind of how the internet operates. That's
110%. I believe that as much as we know, like what he did with Griffin Gaming, oh my God, my family's being harassed and attacking. Griffin's like, oh man, I'm sorry about that. You know, I just had an opinion about what you said about, I think it was Xbox or whatever. You know, that's not what I condone. Please send me, I want to see a screenshot, you know, I'll help you out or whatever. He showed him a screenshot where it said Griffin Gaming owned your ass. That was the evidence that Quantum had to send to Griffin.
That's how people operate. Like in general, like if you're angry at somebody, even your own friends, they're like black, you'll be like, oh, you black bitch, instead of like you bitch. You know what I mean? Or they'll say you white bitch. You know what I mean? Like people tend to add in as much angry energy as possible, and so I think some people have taken the message from you know, people like Review Tech, and they've weaponized it to be racist. They don't really care about those people, the racist people. They just want to be angry and feel justified in their anger. Just a reminder, QTV told gay people that they should have been victims of the pulse. Yeah, I know about that, but the thing is that YouTube's already said we're not going to just look at screenshots and those tweets.
But it wasn't just screenshots. It wasn't. I literally have the stream, and I think Ackman sent them the stream to show that the tweets at the time were live. Can't you Wayback Machine that too? I'm pretty sure you can.
Tweets don't exist anymore, so it might.
Yes,
it's unfair, but that's their protocol is to not take screenshots unless they can like validate. I know the next response is like, yeah, but they took Ackman down for screenshots of a tweet he deleted. Like, yes, they saw the tweet though. They objectively know it exists, and then they asked him to take it down, but then it went up the chain, and they decided to think. But either way, you get what I'm saying, right? If like, I just want you to understand, like, YouTube policy apparently will not use the Wayback Machine for whatever reason. I know, like, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys, like, unfortunately, you got to just take the L. Like, YouTube's not going to use particular programs to do particular things, whether it's fair or like this is the landscape that we're playing in, and like we can.
But it doesn't mean the landscape is okay. He's right. But to just be like, all right, cool. You know, sucks, because Quantum TV, here we're talking about him again, but I guess it's just unavoidable, but he's a liability. You know, if for some, maybe like YouTube may, like, once this dies down, say maybe it is about the optics of it. Okay. That's the way I'm going to word it now, because people are already trying to weaponize my video against me. Maybe they'll thief in the night Quantum TV, where it's like, oh, wow, they'll find like a quality like a few months from now when no one's paying attention to get rid of them. Because that'll be the better PR move. Okay. Thanks, Dad. Can I get a relax your anus? Yes, you can.
Try to relax your anus.
Spread your cheeks and go to town.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
And layered clucks. You got me to play Dark Souls 1 and I love it. Cucumbers, yes.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers.
Can I sides of my like chops? Like real like giant chops?
Yell as much as we want, but sometimes you just have to be like, fuck. We gotta just take an L. Like sometimes life's just about taking an L even when you're supposed to take a W. You know what I mean? Life is fundamentally unfair sometimes. And it's like, but it is what it is. And that, you know, I'm not saying,
I mean, he's not, it's weird because he's not wrong. I get it. And I'm still technically here. But it doesn't mean it's okay.
Don't advocate against him.
Which I'm saying that too.
I'm saying that the best move now is to stop talking about Quantum TV. Let him fade out of existence. And
I agree with that.
And if you catch him doing something again, then reapproach the topic. But like you're really just not going to win. Would I use the Wayback Machine if I own YouTube? I think about the Wayback Machine in a robust enough way to be like, I would use that. So yes, maybe the problem is that people at YouTube don't know if that is a viable source.
They just say they don't consider it a viable source. However, like I said, it was just used in the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. You know? Can I press all the buttons 3 times? Yes, you can get 3 consecutive applause.
Try to relax your anus.
Wait, that's not an applause. Can I press all the buttons? I'll do a mash for you. I'll do a mash for you. That was painful. Oh shit, I hit the applause again. God damn it. Yeah, I'll do that one time for you. Because I don't know, I'll make my all 1,400 people here pissed. See, I have to drink less like these people do. I just feel like it keeps my mouth more fluid and flexible because I talk so fucking much.
Source or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know the specifics on it. I'm just saying that's what they would go through it. Like the reason they probably don't use screenshots is because they're really verifiable.
Yeah, I agree that they don't use screenshots. Screenshots are shit. As we have proved, you could easily change around a tweet and make it like someone said anything. You know what I mean?
Original point that I was trying to make is that Quantum is probably getting a bunch of like targeted slurs hit at him, and he's also probably complaining to YouTube that there's like
flashback turtle
a level of harassment and racism, and he probably can prove it with screenshots. And so part of it, YouTube might just be like, yeah, they like fuck, this guy is being bombarded with tons of racism for things that he's doing. Let's just like move on. Or maybe YouTube made a lazy call and they're just doubling down on it. I don't really know. It's possible.
That could be that too. Yeah, I've thought of that before. Valid point as I fart. I have to use the little boys' room real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go do that now. Then we'll finish this up. Oh shit, I never turned music on. Oops. Oops. Sorry.
Possible that it's being black has something to do with it, but I would argue that him being black has more to do with people calling him like the N-word in DMs and him being able to prove that and show YouTube rather than like, oh.
Okay, yes, that's awful, and I agree. I remember Player Essence before this shit escalated to this point. Someone was using, saying racist shit towards them, and I helped report it to get it flagged down. Like, yeah, that's not okay. But what does that have to do? You know what I mean? That's a kind of like a what about, though. But what about, yeah, that's awful what they said or awful what they done. I agree. It doesn't take away what the main topic at hand has done, though.
Oh man, I don't want to ban a black person on Juneteenth or whatever. You know, it's possible. I mean, we can get really woke and go into like the conversation about like subconscious fucking biases and racism, and maybe the only reason everybody's hating on Quantum and not just moving on is because he's black and they look at black people a little different. Probably not the case. That's a little bit too woke of a take.
No, not in this. Has nothing to do with it. How many times I talk about Dr. Disrespect? How many times have it, like, pick another person I've talked about a billion fucking times? Shane Dawson. Bun made a bunch of videos on Shane Dawson. You know. I've tried watching the Quantum TV explanation. It's impressive how he still plays the victim and people still support him like. Well, he has a very small but very dedicated base that believes his lies. And dude, it must hurt to choke on Cheetos like that. Coating on the outside must make your throat sore. Love you, Rich, long-time subber. You come across as honest. Me, keep on keeping on, man. Thank you. Dragon's Dogma is a good open world game. I tried some of it. The dialogue is very cheesy. I'm being really weird, man. Like Elden Ring is like ruined a lot of games for me. But if I played some of it, it has potential. I hate when creators with an audience who don't know the whole Quantum Saga opinion in on that like this, spreads misinformation. I don't think this guy's doing that. Look, I respect his take, and there is a lot of reality to what he's saying. Question. You know what I mean? He's not wrong. YouTube is the only show in town, mainly, for doing this, okay? The only viable show in town for doing this. And they know that. So, this is our take on this. You don't like it? Oh, yeah, go to our competitor. Oh, wait, there really isn't one for uploading pre-recorded content. Doesn't that suck? You know? Yeah, absolutely, DBZ King. The people who are going after Quantum for the color of his skin are just as bad, if not worse than he is, but that doesn't make Quantum right either. Exactly. Two wrongs don't make a right, I believe is the saying.
Bro, what are you saying, bro? Come on. Holy fuck. You guys even listen to what I'm saying? The N-word's not even that bad. Oh my god.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
So fucking annoying. Are you fucking trolling me right now? You don't think that bad? Shit, dude, say it. Say it right now. Say it in the mic. Say it right now, dude.
Mexicali Blue extended play in the chat.
You say it, I'm gonna ban you. Because it is that bad. You can't say it because it'll be monitored, but it is that bad, okay? It is probably the worst slur you can call anybody in the English language, or at least in America. I don't know about other places. Yeah, he's fucking trolling me, you bastard. Okay. Okay. So, yeah.
I've seen people on this platform get far harsher punishments for way less than Quantum TV has done. And for some reason, he's protected. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I personally just wouldn't have touched the race issue here, but okay.
But honestly, right now, from where I'm standing, YouTube doesn't look good. And if anyone wants to call me a racist because of that, which I'm goddamn not, then so be it. So my plan going forward is this. On this channel, I'll have highlights of my streams. Maybe if it's a news topic, even a controversial topic, I'll have it here.
God.
If it gets
Logan Sherman. This guy kind of it's a Gundam. He has very strong opinions, but sticks by them and is respected for it. That's how you got to roll, man.
Monetized or limited ads, so be it. That's fine. But my main focus is going to be live streaming, whether it be on RTU streams.
Listen. Whether the advice is wanted or not, the G slur is far worse. What is that, gut? Personally, I wouldn't devastate your main channel just to, because it's like I get it. Like, you're fucking really pissed and this. I'm just gonna put all my attention into another channel. Gamer. Oh yeah, it's a bad slur. I think that like the self-destruction of your main platform because you're angry. You're like, fuck this platform. I'm going to focus on my other platform with different type of content. That's what I'm going to do. And it makes sense on paper. And I've been there 100% with other channels and whatnot. And like TikTok specifically. And for those of you who don't know, not that you, but if you know, like I used to have like 2.5 million followers and I was verified. Like I've been there before. Sabotage my own platform and whatnot. Yeah. It's again, it's an emotional response that's going to end up having a negative impact on your channel. You're better off just kind of just taking a break from the main channel and then like focusing on the alt channel. I'm just saying. I personally
valid points. I hear him.
Don't think it's a great idea to kind of destroy your channel.
I mean, I wasn't going to destroy it, but
you know, I'm just saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Or I go over to Twitch. I have a partnership on Twitch. Again, I'll have both linked below in the description, and I'll go from there.
Also, partnership on Twitch, bro. I've been thinking about abandoning my partnership on Twitch for YouTube. I'm waiting a little bit till like the summer-ish to see if they're going to open up dual streaming and allow it. But like, I feel like TikTok, or excuse me, Twitch is not really a viable. I don't know, dude. I would probably dual stream, but
you know when.
I have some people who are successful streamers on Twitch who told me that I should jump ship. People gift subs like crazy over there. I don't know, man. I'm not doing that, but
I started doing YouTube back in 2013. Everyone told me that I was nuts. This is not a safe option. And again, now almost a decade later, realize what I'm doing with Review Tech USA because I'm very angry at what happened here because I am not a bullier. I am not a TOS abuser.
I am.
They're telling me I'm nuts again. What are you doing? You just hit 1 million subscribers. This is why. Just be safe. Just do as you're told. No, I'm not doing as I'm told. On this main channel,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is martyr energy. I'm not saying about the topic, but like, there's clearly better ways to talk about the topic. To be careful. I mean, you just kind of have to play the game, unfortunately.
there'll be stream highlights. There'll be the occasional high production value video. But in terms of regular videos, until I get from YouTube.
Hey. Someone in the chat just said, take a drink every time Papa mentions he was banned 2.1 million followers. I was 2.4 million and verified. Don't you fucking dare.
Why was he banned? Why was Papa Gut banned? What happened?
Misremember that, okay?
Just curious.
I swear to Christ, I will roundhouse your ass, all right?
Nah.
I will roundhouse your ass.
Because now think of what you're doing right now, YouTube. You have set a precedent that not only will you'll just cherry pick when you actually in terms of service, if it's for a person for whatever reason that you want to protect or you don't feel like using the TOS, you don't feel like enforcing the TOS against them, that the people who call out the people who are violating they may be punished. And I'm supposed to just be okay with that?
That's the part I think bothers me the most, is that if you can't trust the rules they put in place and they just keep, they're fluid all the time. I don't know.
No way. I know I'm still on YouTube, and a lot of people like, Rich, that's like saying that you're going to boycott your store, and but you're just going to still buy milk there. Valid point, but here's the thing. I get to be who I truly am, even on YouTube when I live stream.
Okay.
Here, for the past half decade, I've had to cherry pick what I've had to say. I've had to think about every word that has come out of my mouth, and the YouTube has been dead for a very long time.
I don't know,
and
man. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not nearly as big as this guy, but I very rarely feel silence on YouTube, and I guarantee you I talk about topics that are much more intense than this guy. Not always, but like
Yeah, but you're live streaming, man. These are live stream highlights that he... I don't feel like there's any tape on my mouth here. You know? When I live stream. That's why, like, there's only like a 5% chance. I may do... Here's the thing. I'm definitely going to be doing some kind of... Maybe I'll put my gaming streams on Twitch. I want to build up my Twitch because this has definitely made me realize finally, almost a decade later, because I am a fucking idiot. Putting all of my eggs in a singular basket is not a great idea. But in terms of like these kind of streams, it's almost guaranteed they're going to stay here, you know?
guarantee you that like my most intense videos are much, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I talk about like a lot of controversial shit. We talk a lot about, like I said before, we talk about assault, we talk a lot about like a ton of different issues. Like I know I'm fatter than him, thank you when I say bigger. I'm just saying, I feel like that's maybe like you're just kind of afraid to
No, we're both equal fatness, I think.
Talk about some stuff, and maybe this is you like finally taking a stand. I'm not gonna worry about what I have to say anymore, you know? I'm just saying, dude.
Can't stand for this. This is something that
maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just talk over the phone. But then I hear, here's the other thing too, though. Then I hear if you talk about a lot of commercial takes and even limited ads your own video, like you rate your own videos properly, put limited ads, then that puts you on another flagging system with YouTube where they'll be like, yeah, we're not sending even on the videos that are advertiser friendly. I don't know. I'm here streaming. Let's just start right here. I have to do not only for my own livelihood so I can be me and be who I truly am when people subscribe to me. You got to do this for this damn platform.
If YouTube censors me, it's fat shaming, and then I could just say that they're fat phobic. Got him.
What is it going to become? Just a bunch of videos of Fortnite and Minecraft and
that's not really a good analogy.
People cutting through sand.
When you have a bunch of other examples of YouTube handing out harsher punishments, and you know, and you have you could speculate a little more than that.
So kids watch it.
Maybe.
because that's where advertisers want to slap their ads all over. That's not YouTube then. Everyone might as well just go off and watch regular network TV, just like they did in the 90s and 2000s. I know what to say right now. I'm very frustrated, but I can't back down. I got to stand up to this.
Head.
And if it means that I'm not fit for the YouTube platform anymore, that's their choice. But I've let my feelings be known, and it had to be said. So if you continue to follow me and support me, please subscribe to me over on RTU Streams. You can follow me on Twitch. And the best thing you could do, if you can, is become a member on my secondary channel, RTU Streams. There'll be a link to becoming a member below in the description as well. This had to be said. It may bite me in the ass, but so be it. Where I got to by being scared and staying safe. I push limits. And here's another one.
Well, you kind of just said that you haven't been pushing limits for like 7 years. But anyway, listen, okay? Let me end this off. I know I'm just some fat guy on the internet.
Yeah, but the following by initially pushing limits. And then I had to play ball once I garnered the following and continued doing this as a career. So, yeah, it's... Yes, me and him are having a long phone call tomorrow.
And I know people
Maxwell.
are frustrated and they're irritated, and I get it. But this is the listen, man. I would just advise take a quick break, come back, and if one does more shit, call him out. Just take the L on this one.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing. Let him do his. I'm not going to watch another one of his crazy ass videos. I'm sure he'll make 75 more. I'm not going to let him. He's going to, because he just can't help himself. I just hope I'm wrong about the fart. I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about the fart. I hope I'm wrong about that fart. I just hope I'm wrong about the fart, where he does something insanely stupid and causes another apocalypse. It's because if once the journalists go down the rabbit hole of this story, holy shit. I love kissing cucumbers and birds too.
Cucumbers.
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 You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are. Here's the thing: a lot of people are gassing up this. There's less people that are as invested in this situation. They've looked at it and they've gone, okay, I think that some people, in some ways, might be overreacting. And I know it's not fair, but like it's really not as big of a deal as you guys are making it seem like. I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole. I'm just telling you what other people will not say. But that's where the conversation is shifting. There's still people who are looking at what you're saying and they're like, yeah, you're justified. But every day those people lessen.
Yeah, dude, we'll see. I'm just going to I'm in uncharted territory right now, Logan Sherman. I'm just going to live stream, put up content like highlights and whatever. I'm just going to go with the flow. Things are going okay right now, you know?
And every day those people who are validating this feeling are pushing you to a point of like self-destruction. And so they're also not going to follow you. They might follow you to that channel, but it's not like all these people are like, yeah, destroy your main channel and make an all channel. They're not fucking following you and supporting you like hardcore. Like, yeah, I'm not.
No, that's true. I know that too. I do that putting up this video. They're not. No, you get like maybe if you're lucky, you'll get like a 20th. Not even of people to come to it. Dude, you can't get people to go to another YouTube channel, then another platform. Forget about it. Forget about it. No, he's right. That's realistic, and that's
to be a fucking dickhead. I'm not even saying don't do an alt channel. That's perfect. That's a great idea. I have an alt channel. It actually helps a lot. It's really cool. It's like it's a de-stressor. There's less. I don't give a fuck. I post whatever the fuck I want on my alt channel. I don't care if it does well or not, which helps a lot. But dude, stop talking about my fucking hairline, okay? What the fuck is going on in my chat today? All I'm saying, man, maybe think it over before you make a rash decision. You know what I mean? Maybe think it over for a minute. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And another special shout out to all my patrons.
There's nothing wrong with that video. It's fine. You know, he's not wrong. It's a weird fucking thing because he's not wrong. But damn. We're in an interesting place, man. You know, and like I said before, Zeb Carlson said it, like, I have been debating doing shit differently for a while. Experiment, man. Look, in like a couple months, if you start seeing me doing gaming news again, so be it. It is what it is. But it's time to regroup and rethink things, because obviously what I really want to do, which I was able to do pretty until 2017, is no longer on the table. And I think that's also what YouTube was trying to make a point of with this, is that we want this kind of reactionary drama content gone. And I get it. It's not what advertisers want to slap their shit on. Anyway. Bottom Gear Live. What is that? Fart ASMR stream. Forced chicken pot pie. Forced cream pie. That's exactly it, man. Like last night, I was tired as a motherfucker. Like I said, I almost rescheduled that stream with Cody and Boogie, or Camelot and Boogie, but it was a badass stream. There is another, and I will say in YouTube's defense, because I try to, again, I always try to be unbiased, is that virtually 100% freedom with my streams. Obviously, there's places and things I would never say and things I would never do, but it's a lot more free than it would be on Twitch. You know? So there's a silver lining. Return and do bird. Oh, yes, I'll just do a voiceover and have a bird spinning on the plate I have here. Oh man, what the hell was I? So let's watch some police. Let's watch some police videos. That's actually what I wanted to do tonight. I wanted to watch hoarding video. Problem fucking is the disturbing case of the drug dealer killer. Ooh, I'll bite that. I'll bite. There we go. I miss JCS, man. But you know what, Flashback Turtle, you've been asking for that for a while. We will watch that, what I have up there next, but gear. Bottom gear. You have been asking. My apologies. And it is about Top Gear. So yes, let's take a look.
Welcome to Bottom Gear, mates.
This is it?
Today on Bottom Gear, a driver silent electric car, a fucking toilet, and James commits arson. Warning, Sean budget does not exceed 23 yen. Good evening, ladies and gents. Today our sponsors are MSC Colgate B450. Check them out. Promo code revving my wife to Noi. Fuck. Today we'll be reviewing one of the kin. It's about 2.